What's up, Art of Comics Biscuits? It is me, Andres Salazar. We are continuing the Alan Moore week with more Alan Moore. You guys know I'm a huge fan of Alan Moore. We're not going to talk about Watchmen or From Hell because I love those books. And there's nothing I can say about them that you haven't heard already. So we aren't going to talk about this. But I will talk about a book that I don't love so much. Okay, I love Alan Moore, okay, but not everything is a home freaking run, okay? Now, you want to read a great Alan Moore story, one that we will cover here. It's the Supreme books. There's two collections. I have it here somewhere. It's Awesome, literally the publisher Awesome, Rob Liefeld's company, the Supreme. They're Alan Moore's Superman stories, basically, that he never told. And they are brilliant. Like, legit, we will have to talk about that. It's got Chris Ware art in it. I mean, not Chris Ware, sorry. Chris Sprouse art in it. It's amazing. But let's talk about another book that Rob Liefeld got Alan Moore to do. And I do love that they put Gil Kane in here. Gil Kane is not really doing much in this, okay? Great shout out to Mr. Kane, but Gil's not doing much in this. This is, this is by Checker. I think Checker bought Awesome, Rob's company. And this was edited by Eric Stevenson, who you might know is one of the chief editors over at Image. Seems like a really good guy from what I've heard. Now, this book is full of troublesomeness. This might be a really quick review. I do want to talk about it because I bought it and it's Alan Moore, but I will say right now, I don't know. It's, I don't know what goes on behind the scenes. I don't know what goes on in the thinking. If he's like, it's like, this could be his favorite story. So I don't want to say people are phoning it in or people aren't, I don't know what the deal is. But it's not his best work. And the art is so distracting. Not in a good way. Like, the coloring is so damn bad. The coloring is so damn bad. It's so hard to freaking read. And it just does not age well. Now, you can look at some Sienkiewicz work 10 years before this, and that shit aged. I mean, we know good art, right? There is good comics that were done, freaking 80 years ago, and they're brilliant, right? Look at Alex Toth, right? Alex Toth. But this just does not age well. I mean, I'm kind of embarrassed to say who are the artists here. There are a couple moments that Chris Sprouse did that are good with Al Gordon. He's a great inker. But just some of the stuff is just not good. And some of this is Rob's work. But look, I'm about talking about positivity. So we're not gonna do the camera deep dive. We're not gonna sit here and look at this because there's no point in it. It is just no bueno. So let's just talk about the story real quick, okay? Just to give you a quick synopsis before I just crap on this whole thing. The story, it's a crime story. This is what's interesting about this is a law show. This is, LA law for superheroes. This was done decades before She-Hulk and these other kind of like law procedural, Ally McBeal type of shows, The Practice with superheroes. This is kind of like that. So that was cool. This idea of there's a murder happened to be committed by a superhero, part of the Youngbloods team, this guy, Night Saber, right? I don't even know if these characters existed before this. They could have been made up because of this. I don't know. He wakes up, he's drunk, he wakes up, blood is around him in the room of Riptide, this girl, right? She's beloved member of the squad. She's dead. You know, did you do it, Night Saber? You got blood on your hands. You came in drunk. What happened? So they have a freaking trial, right? It's a superhero trial. They try to keep it on the down low. They don't want the paparazzi and the media to know. It's all kept within the supreme, his fortress and solitude, whatever they call it, the Suprema Castle in Suprema Landia or whatever. I don't know, on the moon or Antarctica or whatever. And they do this trial. And so that's kind of fun. They get the lawyers, Savage Dragon pops in to be the bailiff or something. They get the judge, they get Deathstrike and everybody here. Supreme's here, of course, with his Supreme bots. Sentinel and, these guys are here, which is fine. But then they have these interstitial little, flashbacks. See, this is what Alan loves to go back. He likes to make these threads, these connections in different times, right? Edwardian time, the Middle Ages, the 1930s, whatever, and he'll make these connections that span eons that have some kind of a thread, right? That's, literary 101, I guess. And they do that. They go into these different times, the barbarian era, the Western era, and they're all focused on this book. There's like a magic tome which can rewrite history or rewrite reality as you write it. So as you write or rewrite things, it will happen. And so we find out that this murder is connected to this book that has been either passed on or sought after for eons, and that one of the team has it or had it, and she did. And she was somehow connected by genealogy as the guardian, custodian, steward, if you will, of this sacred tome. Right? They find this old picture at a party and oh freak, the book is there. It's the freaking Sandman, whatever. And she had it, what? And so they go find out, and they find out that somebody killed her. I won't say who, but a member of the team was the one that wanted it because he also was connected. We didn't know his true origin story. And he was connected to this book, and he wanted it, and he rewrote himself as a superhero. And he wants his freaking book. And that's why she died. And so that's like, oh, that's kind of a cool idea. It's this book. And Alan Moore likes to do things about different realities. And you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. Different realities, going to different times and finding this book. And that's what's connected to the murder. All that sounds cool. And they're like, oh, that actually sounds like a good story. As a 2-page treatment, it's brilliant. It's like, oh, that sounds badass. But somehow the execution and the visual, the execution is so damn piss poor. It just falls freaking flat. It just falls flat, bro. It does. I don't know what to say. And it's a shame because there's some good dialogue in here. There's some neat little ideas. There's just, as Alan always does, these little moments of comedy and stuff. But it's just not good. So that's it. I ain't going to talk anymore about it. We'll talk about other things that we love during Alan Moore Week. We won't talk about Watchmen. We're not going to talk about From Hell. We'll talk about everything else. Thanks for watching, you guys. Subscribe to this channel right now. If you want to support me also, go check out my Patreon. Go do that. Like the video. Hit the bell icon. Find out what other videos are happening. What else is happening? I've got all kinds of stuff happening. We've got Neonomicon happening. We've got Providence happening. We've got this Wonder Woman thing I'm doing. We're going to do Monster, Volume 4. We got a lot of books we're sharing coming up soon, so make sure you find out when those videos are happening. Thanks for watching. Am I right or am I wrong? Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks, guys. Bye.